Good morning, Mr. Sifry.
Good morning.
David Sifry is here in Udine at the State of Net conference, and we have to ask him three very simple questions. First question, what is your business, and why do you think it is relevant today, and why are you here today then?
Sure. Well, I'm an entrepreneur. I've started 5 different businesses in Silicon Valley, and so for me, the most recent one that I built was a company called Technorati, which is the world's largest blog search engine, and very, very involved in understanding what's the growth of social media, what's happening with regards to blogs and video blogs and podcasts, and all of these changes that are happening as the publishing tools have become inexpensive enough to allow the folks who used to be known as consumers to now become producers, and to what's actually happening, how many people are doing it, how is that changing politics, how is that changing the interactions of people amongst each other, and that's why the organizers asked me to come and to have a quick chat.
That's really interesting. So therefore, from your viewpoint, you sure know what are the 2 or 3 major trends the internet will take in 5 or 10 years time?
Well, I wish, right? I think we have to be careful.
All right.
In that I can tell you some of the things that I think are interesting.
All right.
And I have no idea if they're really going to be what's actually changing 5 or 10 years from now, because that's a very long time. But I think that, number one, we're going to continue to see the growth of broadband and the growth of mobile connectivity just throughout Europe, throughout the United States, throughout the world. And what does that mean? That means that people who were formerly unconnected or were only able to get online via dial-up can now be always connected, right? And the fact that you've got your mobile phone, and that has internet connectivity pretty much everywhere you are, wherever you're there, or whether it's a computer that you can actually get onto the net with when you're at home or around, means that the resources that are available to you, but also the way that you can communicate with your friends, is going to continue to shift. So that's one really, really big trend. So as that bandwidth continues to increase, we've seen it moves from just pure text, where people are writing email-like missives, that go out, and now they're essays, and so those are blogs, to people who are talking using audio, which is slightly higher bandwidth, to video. And we're seeing, the growth of, because people can now watch video, the number of people who are creating video grows. Because the number of people who are creating video grows, then the amount that it costs to be able to have, a little phone-like device, right? So I have one of these. This is an Apple iPhone, but I also have a Nokia N95, which has a 5-megapixel camera and a full, there you go. And this, using, for example, a software service called Quick or Seismic, can actually become a full television studio. So whereas, right now we have 2 people who are carrying sound and a big tripod and an enormous, 3 CCD digital camera, okay, this now can take perfectly good internet video. Why? Because, it doesn't have to be as good as the professionally produced stuff, but it's here. Right? And we can watch it, and the price for the cards to be able to capture all of this have gone down. The bandwidth to be able to connect up and actually be at a concert, or be in front of an accident that just happened or a natural disaster, and be able to record the event and talk about what's actually going on, has gone down so much in cost, right? That the camera that's now recording us probably cost, I don't know, 10,000 euros, right, to be able to buy.
Less.
Maybe less. Maybe it's 5,000 euros. But this I can now get free with my phone plan. And I think that to me is where you're going to see some really fascinating changes. That having this kind of power, I mean, this phone has more technology in it, has more powerful computers in it than the entire Apollo space program had.